and post the link. Here I go. Gotta find the class. There it is. Okay. Sometimes when I'm late, we get a huge turnout. I don't know why, but if I send the link 30 seconds before the time, we don't get a turnout. I don't know why. All right, here goes TikTok as well. Going live on TikTok right now. Definitely get over to the TikTok. I'm not going to really be in the TikTok much. All right. Hello, everybody. Fantastic day today. Nice to see you. Fantastic day today we did on the market. It was a lot of fun. Hello, everybody. Who do we got in here? All right. Howdy. 8 my cash. That's funny. 8, the number 8. 8 my cash. Excuse me. All right, let's just let a couple more people flow in. And then we'll check out what we got going on here. Probably zoom up just a tiny bit on this. There we go. Jason says, dude, my spy, rest in peace. Yeah, I don't know what you did, but I definitely told people not to take any overnights because of the stimulus approval. That can cause inflation on the one hand. It can also be positive for the market. So that's going to be a bit of just an increased volatility. We have a down and an up indication when that happens. So that's not a day to really take an overnight. All right. Oh, an old friend just messaged me. Cool. Okay, all right, let's go over SPY. Whoops. Which is the market. But let me get it on screen here. So what happened this morning was, well, all day today, we just did really outstanding. And that was, again, because we were ahead of the market. We knew that the market was going to go sideways today. And this is exactly the kind of candle that gets put in on a sideways day. It's a doji type of candle, indecision candle. There's a lot of different names for it. And so when you see that on a chart, it's a day like it was today. And so I knew that the market was going to be going sideways when I saw that rates were going sideways. The market started to go up and then it just quickly came down within a couple of turns. If we take a look at the 1 minute chart on it real quick. In a couple of turns right here. Whoop, that's the wrong day. There we go. Within a couple of twists and turns, putting in a higher high, and then we started to uptrend and pull back. Oh, it was about 30, 45 minutes into the market that I said, this looks like it's going to be a sideways day. Watch the breakdown, and then we'll probably bottom, and then we'll just range for the rest of the day. And I knew that that would be a sideways day pre-market going into the open. Just a few minutes, I called that because of rates were going sideways. So that set the market into a sideways day, as well as the vote, the House vote. going on. And so because of that, we were prepared for a choppy day and a sideways day. But what was interesting is that sector by sector, that's not how it worked out. If you take a look at technology was just down and bearish all day. You take a look at financials were up and bullish all day. So what does that mean? You know, if the market's not really down, but it's down, but it's an indecision day, but some sectors are down, some sectors are up, that's just continued rotation. That's taking out of one sector and putting it into another. And that's because of the inflation going on. So you look at the financial sector there, you look at the energy sector, and you get an idea of how well, you know, we're able to completely predict that. At the open, we're going, okay, so if we're going to be funneling out of, you know, XLK, or we're funneling out of technology, and we've got a downtrend in technology, we've got an uptrend in energy, then we know the direction of the market. And so we're able to base a lot of the trades during the day on that. But all right, let me go back to SPY to show you, what we have in store for us tomorrow. Currently overnight, SPY continued to do the same thing, chop sideways in after hours. So nothing really new there, still a sideways day. And if we look at it on the daily, we can see that we're continuing to attempt to make some higher highs though. So that's good. We're going in the right direction. For the very first time today, for a little bit in the morning, we popped over previous pivot high. So that's a sign of strength, but it was a little bit of a fake out. It just may mean that we're now going to go into like a consolidation wedge. So this could be what's going to happen for a while now. Let me see if I can get it to the zoom level where you can really see this, because I'm already projecting the pattern out in my mind, and yeah, I still need more room here. The market is indicating that this is what it wants to do right now. And it may be just because of the rotation that's going on. Here you go. This is what it looks like is in store for us. So if I can just erase that last one, and we know it comes to a point right there. I'll draw it again. So a full sideways consolidation for the next, until that is June. That is just a long sideways rotation consolidation. So, be prepared to take all your plays, your long plays in the right sectors, and watch every day which way each sector is starting to trend. Today, we got into, industrials and banks, financials, and some energy like ExxonMobil, because they were moving. And we got some Tesla puts, and we played the opposite way on tech. And that's just how you got to approach the market. And if you trade with us, if you join our room, if you're in our room, then you can get at least my wisdom applied to your day, and you can add that to your to your trading day for what that's worth. And for a lot of people in my group, that's worth a lot. So we have a great membership, a lot of loyal members who recommend the group. So I hope to see you guys join, some of you who are new, and anyone who hasn't. All right, now if we take a quick look at the VIX, you can see that we got down to about into the 22s today, so that's good. But then again, remember that it's a mixed market, and this VIX is the broad market, right? So really what you have is probably a higher VIX for tech, so it's in worse shape. And then you have a much lower VIX, like something like 15, 16 in energy and utilities. Like, let's just take a look at, just to give you an idea, how energy looks as a trend. Like, that should give you an idea. This is a daily chart. That should give you an idea of how bullish energy is. That's not, there's very little ambiguity there. That's an uptrend. Higher highs, higher lows, and really tight, just lightning bolt like movement, right? And let's take a look at tech. Tech is in a downtrend now. It's buckled over. It's broke previous pivot lows. That's confirmed downtrend. So on a sector basis, we're actually not making trend reversals and higher highs and getting over those pivot points like I was just showing you on SPY. On a sector basis, tech is in trouble. Tech just put in a higher high today, but then pulled way back. That's a signal that that was probably a top today in tech, and that it's going to pull back and break lower lows. So you might see, like what we've been saying, is Apple down to like 100, 105, 110 in that region. Tesla down to 500, 550 in that region. So, those are going to be semi-iffy plays. You have to be careful, but they are out there, and you can see them. When a strong trend is reversing, it's got a lot of chop. It's like trying to turn around a ship. It takes a while. The other thing I wanted to look at was rates. So you can see that interest rates have been climbing a lot, but today, like I said, they were down, and they actually trended down today as the market continued on. And I had said that may signal for the market to go up, but it didn't. It kept and it held where it was. So that's fine. Just more rotation happened. All right, so let's take a look at some of the day trades we did today. Like I said, because of the sectors, we were bullish on industrials and on energy and on financials. And if we take a look at the 1-minute chart of Wells Fargo, you'll see something interesting. Pattern that we trade every day. The ABCD pattern. So what we had here was this wedge ABCD pattern, basically a flat top breakout. And we knew to be getting in to double up right here for the breakout, or go all in for people who hadn't gotten their position on yet, but to also be buying on the bottom edge of this wedge. And it just feels so great when the thing takes off. And instead of being on the breakout moment here, on the breakout side, where it can fake out on you, and then you can end up losing money on a trade, to have planted your seeds already at 39.2 and 39.1 in this case, and have that lower cost basis, so that even if the thing goes against you, you're actually still profitable. I remember one of our members, I think it might have been another breakout, or it might have been Wells Fargo, I don't remember, but one of our members, by the time it even got to the C breakout point right there, was already up $610. And we're not even expecting anything yet. In other words, we're just planting seeds, waiting for a potential breakout, and then he was up over $1,000 as the trade progressed. Let's see if I move this over a little bit. Yeah, you can see that it continued into after hours to show strength. Here's another ABCD trade we took today. Really great one was AVEO. So it's not even fair to show you the after hours on that yet. I want you to see before the after hours so you can really get a sense of this. Let's see if I can expand it without it showing the after hours. Okay, I think so. All right, there we go. So those of you very familiar with the ABCD pattern now through my classes. What's wrong with my mic? Somebody says my mic is no good. Everybody, how's my mic? Somebody's saying something about my mic. All right, so I don't know, but anyway, we have the A, we have the B level, and then we had this C level, which just kept breaking. So we just kept holding, waiting for it to break the A level on the day. And the plan was to buy and hold into after hours because it was likely to run. So we had some members buying in at even the $13 level. Pretty great right there. And that's the idea. When you spot these ABCD setups early, you can get in. And then in after hours, what happens is the pattern gets trapped and it just takes off. And I think we've got to be 8 out of 10 on these, 80% probability. Here's what happened in after hours. Let's just take a look at the after hours chart. And closing bell was in after hours, all the way back up to the 21 level as well. So there you have it. And it was obvious. Very simple ABCD setup. I think that Rosa, I don't know if she's with us tonight for class. She took a pretty big position. So tomorrow she'll tell us about what her gains were. But that's a huge gain right there, you know, and as a day trade, which is how we traded it, that's 100% position. So in other words, your entire account. So if you have a, $10,000 account, and you got it at 13 and you took it all the way to 21, right over here, you had multiple chances to get out at 21. So let's say that's your trade. Then your account just went up 61.5%. So your $10,000 account is now up $6,500, $16,500 total. Yep. And that's how we day trade on certain trades. It depends. Or it could be a half account or quarter account. So that was the AVEO trade. And then we had the Wells Fargo trade, which we did with options. Let's see, what else do we trade? Roblox. We traded the Roblox IPO. Okay, that's just the way that chart's going to be. And we got in at around 64 and 60, between the 65 and 63 range there. And wrote it up and chiseled out a little 10% take profits all the way up to the top. And then as it struggled at the top, we cut our lot, started to de-risk down to 50%, 40%, 30% left. And then right around here, we cut our last 20%. So that was a huge gain for our members again, because that was an all-in. And so that was a 13% gain. And remember, when you're taking these trades throughout the day, you have to think about this. They're compounding. So you don't get 61.5% on the other trade and then 13% on this trade. And so you get 74% gain on your account. No, you get, so 1 times 1.615 times 1.13, you get a total of 83% gain on your account. So now your $10,000 account is $8,300. We had multiple members make thousands and thousands of dollars today. It was a really well controlled day. And we have all those testimonials and prints for anybody in our group if you want to take a look. And in fact, the entire day was live traded publicly. So it's over on my YouTube. You can go watch that video. It's 7.5 hours long. Knock yourself out. So we also traded, refresh my memory, peeps. I'm going to go take a look at the recap. But, every day it's a whole different set of stocks. AVO, Roblox, GME, of course. GME. Your job gets in the way. Well, you can day trade at night in paper, simulated trading with Thinkorswim on demand at night for months until you find yourself a winning trader, and then you can quit your job when you know that to be true. One person just said, Evan is literally the only legit trader I found on TikTok. Oh, okay, that's a pretty good point. But I can't actually prove any of the other decent sounding traders. that I follow and are friends with on TikTok, that they are indeed, I can't vouch for them or anything, but I think there's a couple other good traders on there. One of them is, I forget his name, I think it's Brandon Trades. So he seems to be a consistently profitable trader. I've seen, I even follow a couple other traders just because I don't want to be rude, and we originally followed, but over time watching their videos, I found them to be somebody of little value. Let's just call it that. And so I haven't really unfollowed them just out of friendliness. But yeah, I hear you, man. TikTok. Thank you. So anyway, let's take a look at this GME trade we did today. Obviously, we know GME had some opportunity. So we had these key levels marked off the night before, last night, for GME, and we were prepared for this run today. Woke up at 4 a.m. to check on GME, and it was already at 290. So I posted to the group and said, hey, if anybody's up, but nobody was up. And anyway, by the time we got live, it had pulled back to about the 260 level. And the minute it started to break out of 275, we knew that the thing was going to take off and start hitting all our profit targets. And so we took that trade on the day. Multiple trades, thousands and thousands of dollars were made on that. We had a lot of testimonials on that. We rode it all the way to the top to 350, and we got all out all the way at the top there, because this is the way my trading structure is strategized. It's called a ladder strategy. And right there at the top, we got all out 348.50, and we waited. We waited for the break of 350.1. It didn't come. Kept trying. Boy, a couple times we got excited. It's going to happen again. Here we go. Maybe we're going to go to 400. Maybe we're going to go to 450. Didn't happen. Couldn't break 350.01. Everyone in my group understands that's the key level to break. And then we just watched it drop precipitously on us from 348 all the way down to 170. As a matter of fact, we took it off the radar on one of these halts, somewhere around 240. And we just removed it off the radar, because at that point it was just destroyed. You don't want to be getting into the trades, get into halts, and getting into all kinds of trouble and dilemmas on a retrace or a dead cat bounce. Not a good idea to try and time that as a group. Maybe as an individual trader, I could do that on my own, but as a group, it's not something that we try and go for. So we play it very safe. We take what's certain. We don't take what's uncertain. We don't gamble too much in our group. We take like 70 to 80% certainty plays. Anyway, that's what we did on GME today, and did quite well on it. We also took costs. We took some breakouts on costs. Costs had a nice pre-market signature. That jump up, and when it broke this level, was it 32? I believe I called 31. Maybe that was on the retrace on the other side over here. Yeah, that was 32. Well, when it broke 31, which was the pre-market high, we got all in and took it all the way up to, I believe it was 36. And then it broke again from 36, and we took that all the way up to 39. And that was pretty much the end of our trade. So the total on that was 31 to 39, or 26% of your account, because that was a momentum breakout all in trade. So together you have 1.1 times 1.615 times 1. What was the other one? 1.3, I think we said. Yep, that's it. Times 1 point, and what did I just say? I forget what 39 divided by 31 is. 25.8%. So 1 times 1.615 times 1.13 times 1.28, I think I just said. So that's 134% gains on your account. So today there was enough momentum breakout trades on the all-in to get 134% out of your account. A $10,000 account would now be a $24,000 account. And we did that in a controlled, safe manner. Despite what you may think about going all in. But that's because we take the momentum on that, and we take certain candles, whether they're the 1 minute or the 2 minute or the 5 minute, or we have a group of traders who are high frequency traders. And then we're basically able to get out in milliseconds if it goes against us. So, yeah, very, very good. If we do take slower trades like a 2 minute candle or 5 minute, we size down. So it's not all in if we take those slower candles. Anybody else remember any other trades today? I mean, we just traded the hell out of the market. We just traded everything there was. We traded the Roblox IPO. We traded the GME. We slayed that dragon. We traded Wells Fargo over in banking with options. We traded Avio, the ABCD pattern, into after hours. Yeah, there were more. we had a lot of fun today. All right, so now and you can go and watch them all. You can go to my YouTube. The entire trading day is right there. And go watch them all. So now let's get to taking a look at what anybody wants to take a look at. If they think there's some opportunities out there, let's take a look on the daily chart. All right. Please let me know, why we're taking a look at it if we're taking a look at something. Don't just go like, FTFPX, whatever it is. You have to give me a little bit of a thesis. Can you go through options, read for WF? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. I think you might mean Wells Fargo. That's WFC. But I'm not sure of your question. Can you learn anything from Roblox after market at this point? Oh, that is another thing, is that we got in for Roblox for potential ABC trade into the after hours. That didn't fully pan out, but it is still actually in play. So we are still in that. The stop loss is 68, and it went all the way up to 71, 72. We were looking for it to break 72.5 and then run to 75, maybe 85 in after hours. But hey, people are like, why is Hindenburg still pursuing slandering and pushing SOS down? You don't have to figure things out at all necessarily. You could just read the charts. If it's going down, don't be in it. And if it's going up, get in it. Simple as that. That's, the wisdom over the years that I've learned. That's where it's at. You don't have to try to figure everything out and be like, oh man, yeah, this is something that nobody else figured out. That's why it's not up. And I just figured it out. So I'm going to get in and whoo, look at that. It did this whole thing. Yeah. I just trade the charts. That's why on TikTok, my name is Chart Trader. I just trade what I see. It's not confusing because when it doesn't do what it should do, you get out. So it's no big deal, think of it that way. What's my opinion on Tesla? All right, well, of course, we should take a look at Tesla. So I'm pretty bearish on Tesla right now, just at least in the very near short term. And then if it proves me wrong, fine. But yeah, a little bit bearish on that. Let's see. Let me show you the daily chart. All right, so Tesla is in a multi-point downtrend. Let me just double check those strange wick candles on another charting setup. And yeah, that's what I thought. Those wicks are incorrect. And that one is incorrect as well. Okay, so what we have here is this lower high, this lower high, this lower high, and then today is not any higher, and it reversed, right? So that's important to note. And then we have this lower high, this lower high, all the way from the high. So I don't know like how many points you need in a downtrend before you understand that that's in a downtrend. You know, it's like this video I just saw on TikTok of flat earthers approaching Buzz Aldrin and saying, you know, where do you get off faking the moon landing? And Buzz Aldrin punched him right in the fucking face, knocked the guy to the floor. And it was like one small punch for mankind. Anyway, it's like, how many little dots do you need here before you get punched in the face and realize that Tesla's in a downtrend? This is a downtrend. So I'm bearish on the short term, meaning the next like couple days, you know? And does that mean tomorrow it's going to go down? Nope. It could go up tomorrow, but it might go down tomorrow. It is down in after hours a little bit more. But the point is that over the next few days, it's going to go down. So you may see it go up here and go, that Evan is totally full of shit. It goes up a little bit, right? Had an up day. Tesla's not in a downtrend. And then the next day it goes down here. Then you start sweating bullets. And because you're an asshole, you can't even admit to yourself, oh, Evan might be right. So, and then it goes up a little bit more. And you're like, nah, I was right. I knew it. And then it goes way down. And see, this is what stocks do when they go in downtrends. They don't just go down. They go up and down. So really, 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 you guys need to understand that the person who is quickest to adapt and change to these changes in the market is the person who succeeds the most. And when Tesla broke this pivot right here, that was the moment in which it stopped producing higher lows and it started to put in a lower low. The moment to get out of Tesla, if you were ever in Tesla, at the worst, the absolute worst stop that you should have ever got out of Tesla was 830. No one should be in Tesla to the upside from 830 down. 830 down, it's in a downtrend and going down. Now, everyone loves Tesla, and that's why I was talking harshly, because, like, you know, how long is it going to take to get through to some people, right? And we're only trying to help you not lose money here and be on the right side of the trade. So anyway, yeah, Tesla bearish. Anti made a nice run. Don't like the chart. Okay, Camille. Anti made a nice run till noon, then crapped out, and then made two more 15% or so runs after it bottomed out. Do you see something that may tell you it can run again tomorrow? Or, well, let me look at it on the daily chart. But, oh yeah, that looks good, man. That's pretty cool. So you should have taken your profits up here. It's kind of like how this works. You know, I mean, sounds easy in retrospect, I understand. But that is the point. You take your profits here, and then if it goes down, you're no longer in it, right? So hopefully you did. And tomorrow, maybe. I mean, but this is a topping tail candle. See how it has this long upper wick? Do you notice any other places on this chart? I'd like you to use your critical thinking now. Where are some other spots on this chart, you guys, where there are some topping, big, huge topping tails or decently large topping tail candles? I'm going to turn on guest annotation. So go ahead and grab your pens, go, mark up the chart. And anyone who marks up the chart in a foolish way or in any immature way, you'll be out of the group. So be serious. Grab your annotation tools on Zoom, draw right on top of the chart, click annotate from your annotation tools, draw right on top of the chart. Where do you see some other spots on the chart where it has topping tail candles like that one? I think some of you may be having problems to, but we've got Ate My Cash over on TikTok sees it. But yeah, you guys can, oh, here you go. Go. All right, you guys, try going now. Yep, try now. I actually, in that moment, disabled it for you. Okay, cool. DK's drawing. Sergio's got an idea. Nasir, that looks good. Lewis. All right. So like as a hive brain, we're starting to get this, right? And we've got a lot of markings way up the top there. I guess what you would call the high. Tawny, putting in some. All right. Anybody else want to try? Sure, Charlie. Sure, you got it. Okay. We have some other markings. We seem to have consensus. We are a good learning algorithm. Yeah, that's true, Wild. There is another one over there. All right. Okay, I'm going to disable it now. But what I want to do is somebody drew a heart. What I want to do now is show you. That's true. There is another one right there. Now I'm going to draw in white in my big, thick annotation. What happened after what we looks like we agreed was the points that were topping tail candles, right? That was the move after that whole section of topping tail candles. And somebody said this one, but that wasn't real strong. You see the body and the topping tail, the ratio is pretty overwhelming. This one's about 50-50, so we can include that, especially since it happened twice. This one's real strong. This one is an excellent indication of what might happen. This one didn't work out that way, but this one certainly also put it into the down territory. So topping tail candles, and here was another one. Same kind of thing. Topping tail candles are a good example of tops on charts. And you can get a lot of confirmation if you have high volume. That puts extra meaning into it. So there's the volume down there. That's right from this candle. And this candle right here makes those kind of extra confirmed. Pretty cool, right? So anyway, somebody asked me, I forget what it was. Do I see something that may tell you it can run again tomorrow? Not really, right? Now you know. All right. Good job, guys. Give yourself a hand. I'm working on targeting stocks to have potential to break out. What are the two most important identifiers? One I may have found was KMPH. Yeah, we've been playing KMPH. That is a good one. Is this stock primed to possibly break out into an uptrend? We're over the majority, almost through our session tonight, our class. So I'm not going to go into that's a multi-parameter, quite a, that's almost a master class that maybe I'll reserve for all of our paying VIP members. That would be kind of cool. We'll do that maybe Friday. That sounds like a good idea. So Friday in after hours, maybe around 4 o'clock, we'll do a little master class on how to figure the breakout stocks, because it's very multifaceted. A lot of things you want to have going on in your favor. All right, how long have you been trading stocks? 25 years. What's the blue on that indicator? Okay, that blue indicator with the red down there, that's the squeeze indicator. So if you go to GME, that's how, I didn't use the indicator to predict the breakout on GME, but I used it to confirm and show people that was going to be the breakout. So we were getting to GME at 115 a couple days ago. That's when I said this is going to squeeze to the upside, and we put initial profit targets at 180, 190, and 200. And we got it a couple days later with that follow through. And anyway, that's called the squeeze indicator, and it basically kind of does help you understand when something might be wedging like that and consolidating and getting ready for a breakout. For us, I have, I talk about that in my course. Sorry to drop the course, but if anybody wants to private message me to learn more, just go ahead and do so, and I'll lead you in the right direction. Because your question, Faraz, I've mentioned it so many times. I think I'm just going to lead you over to that at this point. All right, let me take anything from the YouTube. Does the short interest and hit piece by SOS by Hindenburg change your view on the swing position? No, not at all. Because number one, I'm diversified. I'm also in Mara. I'm also in Riot. I'm also in Bitcoin directly, and I'm also in Ethereum. So that's a 5-way diversified play. So if I have like one failure and 4 winners, no big deal. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe a more simple question. I looked at PayPal and might have seen a double bottom. Can you tell me if it is or why it isn't? PayPal. Oh, let me get some more time frame on this PayPal. Yeah, that's well. I mean, you could kind of. Is that what you're talking about how this hit here at 225 and then recently it hit 225 again? That's really not a double bottom. That's actually could be the sign of topping. It's called a head and shoulders pattern. And you have a shoulder here and a head here and a shoulder here. And then it breaks down and goes down to the downside. I have a hard time believing that about PayPal, especially with Bitcoin doing what it's doing and inflation in the future. But that may be the case. So, I follow the charts. And the charts work out for me. It bottoms more on the right side of the top. Yes, it does. But that's called a bearish double bottom. Okay. So it's even worse. So it has a slight skew to the downside. But again, that might have been a very bad day on the market, and the whole market may have went down that particular day. So you got to give it got to cut it a little slack in those situations. We got a bunch of messages over here. Elliot, are you awake, buddy? You guys over in the TikTok, don't forget to click the link in my bio, okay, and follow me, etc. For these classes are every night, and we also live day trade every day. So join my group. The links are in the bio. And now PayPal versus Square, somebody asks. Like what? I don't know. Something must be going wrong. They're exactly the same. I guess is Square owned by PayPal? I thought Square was owned by Jack Dorsey. I thought that was the Twitter guy's company. The fuck? I think my feed must be not right because I switched over to PayPal. I switched over to Square. No, they are different. They're almost identical though. God, that is crazy. That is pretty crazy. Square and PayPal have almost the identical chart. Wow. Well, that is really funny. They just got way in sync. They're just highly correlated right now. Interesting. Funny. But yeah, watch out for that heads and shoulders on Square as well. That was easy. Boom. I put the Staples button. That was easy. I'm going to scroll up and see if I missed anybody's wonderful questions. Let's see. Evan, is there a way I can buy single day premium every once in a while? I can't justify paying a monthly subscription for premium with my 9-to-5 job getting in the way most days. Adam, private message me and we'll set that up for you. You got it, buddy. And anyone else who wants one single day, private message me and we'll get you on track for that. That may be something that we may need to start offering. I hadn't thought about that. And Charlie says, all right, I work 9 to 5. It's worth it. The live trading is not the only resource available to you. That's right. We have 4 or 5 or 6 other analysts at this point in our Discord that you can tap into, and you can trade their trades, swing trades. I do it all from high frequency trading to through day trading, options trading, day trading, swing trading options, investing, portfolio balancing, a little bit of everything, and so does everybody else in the group. So we have it's a really good, really well balanced group in that respect. By the way, Amazon, my mom tuned in today to the live stream, and she said, look up Amazon, tell me what you think. And I said, well, the problem with Amazon is it's in a downtrend just like everybody else right now. And then I said, because of inflation, right? And I said, all the highly indebted companies are going to be suffering like that. Facebook and Google are exempt because Facebook and Google both have very low percents of debt, around 7%. So then she says, oh, what's Amazon's debt? That was a good ass question. She really keyed in, like she nailed it. You can tell, like, I learned from her, and she's been trading for 50 plus years. Yeah, so Amazon's debt is actually 31%. Not great, but they are Amazon. Apple is Apple. Apple has 32% debt. Tesla has 27% debt. The problem is like Netflix with 42% debt. Yeah, all those guys are going to struggle. Apple, Tesla, and the analysts are going to be changing their price targets based on inflation now. Guarantee you're going to start to see that, and you're going to see market cap on those companies go down, and a market cap on the credit companies like Discover Financial Services, MasterCard, Visa. You're going to see those go. MasterCard right now is like number 10 in the S&P 500. It's not going to take much for Apple to go down, MasterCard to get up, Tesla to go drop down below MasterCard, for MasterCard to get up there to like the number 7 spot, number 6, 5. You're going to start to see all the creditors, banks, industrials, they're going to replace all of the tech, and tech's going to struggle moving forward unless they have no debt. So like Google's going to stay near the top of that list, and so is Facebook. So that's what's going to happen over the next year or two as far as direction and the twisting and the reweighting of the S&P 500 over time. I don't know why we started talking about that, but all right, let's keep going. Faraz, thanks, man. Faraz, would you private message me about sending you my address? Maybe I'll take you up on that offer. We'll talk about it. All right. Patience is key when trading. Here's another thing. I said it a couple times. I heard one of those good TikTok traders say something to this effect one time. And he said, I'm going to keep telling you guys this as well, is your first year in day trading, your goal should be to lose the least amount of money. That should be your goal. You have to master that. Primary, first and foremost. You can't make money if you can't get over the fact that you've got a leak in your barrel. So that should be your daily, hourly goal every time you're out there day trading. For your first year day trading, should be just to lose the least possible and keep thinking about it. How could I have lost less? How could I have lost less? Right? That's like your main focus. And then you will end up doing great if you can just master that. You have to master losing in order to master winning. Did you go over costs? Yes, I did. I didn't go over costs on the daily chart, but there really is nothing to do on costs on the daily chart. Hey, there you are, Elliot. Oh, cool, man. There's a guy here, 101 to 10. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe it's binary or something. Anyway, he says, guys, I have a full-time day job and I'm VIP. It's worth it for all the resources and learning. Cool. Let's see if we have any questions. No questions. All right. But we may over in the group here. Let's see. So IDK, which maybe stands for I don't know, asks, what makes 350.01 a key level, if you don't mind me asking? Funny. I've talked about it many times before, but there are key psychological levels because we're human beings, and those are those rounded numbers, 50, the 50, the zeros, so like 100, 110, 105, 107 is just not super meaningful to us. It doesn't round right. 120, yes. 115, yes. 150, yes. 200, yes. So anyway, 350 is a key level. And what happens is it gets tons of orders clogged up there because people type. 250, or what did I say? 350, because they typed 350 right away into their system. 350 stop, take profit, 350, whatever, there's all kinds of stops up there at 350. So when 350 starts to have demand, starts to buy into 349, and then we start to get into 350, it can't get through because there's just so much supply of people that want to sell at 350. So therefore, when is the stock going to go up? Is it going to go up at 350? Should you get in at 350? Or should you wait for that to clear, and the moment it goes up even a penny higher, now you're good. See, now you're good. And what's the next key level? 400. And you can just take like a little bit off every 10 up from there. 360, 370, 380, 390. And guess where I get all out and I sell, and where we teach all of our traders to sell and get all out? 399, 395, 392. Don't get greedy, right? Starts to tap 399. Now that's the best price you could ask for. Get all out. And now you're saying, why would you get all out at 400 if it could go higher? Because you can get back fucking in. Everyone's always so scared to get out, so they don't take the profits. And then what if 400 was the top, and then it falls all day for the rest of the, like what GME did today? It couldn't break 250. What did it do? It fell all the way down, or 350 or whatever it was, all the way to 170 really fast. So you maybe wouldn't have taken your profits. We all did. And then you got stuck and trapped in this massive vortex that moved, and it halted on the way down. And you're like, oh, maybe it'll come out of its halt and it'll pop up. Holy crap. And then it halts right away, and you didn't even get to sell. And now you've lost, 80% of your money. Well, that's what the importance about these key levels, and making sure that you wait for that confirmation. So we scale out right before key levels, scale all out. We clean our plates. We're ready to trade again. And then when we wait for it to break that key level. Sometimes you can see it on the level 2 as the orders are diminishing. The size is getting smaller. Imagine like the amount of supply as like a big bubble, and it's going. Well, when do you think the price is going to pop up through that? It's when it's all done eating all of that supply and there's no more left, and boom, and then it pops and it runs out. So if you're watching the level 2, technically you can get in starting towards the very end of that diminishing, right around there. You can get in and then pop, and now you've got it at 350, and then it pops and runs. So anyway, there's a lot of technique to all this. It's just technique. How can we get the most out of your ladder strategy when under the day trading rules? So you would be using options then if you want to avoid the day trading rule. And there's not enough time to go over it right now, but we did go over it today, I think, on the live stream. Possibly somebody asked about how to avoid the pattern day trader rule by using is there a way to do it? And I have a technique that you can use, or you can do it. Faraz did it today ferociously, and I did it on Tesla a couple days ago, and it's a great way to. And I did it a couple days ago as well in one of my accounts where I didn't have any day trades left in that particular account, and it's a great way to go ahead and exit your trade without actually selling. Pretty cool. I mean, just think about it. Think about it. If you have calls on something, let's say it's GME. It's not the greatest example because GME's volatility has really exploded, but no, let's say you have stock. I'm sorry. Let's say you have 100 shares. Let's say you have 50 shares of stock on GME, but you're stuck because pattern day trader rule, but you want to sell. Well, you can actually buy a put. How about that? That's not the method that I teach, but that's another method you could use. You could buy a put at that moment. It locks the position up because if GME goes down, the put goes up. GME goes down, they cancel each other out. You have to get good and understand delta and all these other factors so you get the right option. But doesn't that make sense? All right. So there are techniques. There's several ways how you can get around the pattern day trading rule. You can buy puts. You can just some other stuff that I'll teach you sometime. Still going back, Tesla is the elephant in SPY, which is yanking it up and down and making all the other stocks follow. Yeah, something like that, yes. Where is the pen? Right here. Yeah, but oh, you're talking about when we were trying to get the annotate to work. All right, KMPH. I'm heavy invested in HRVSF. Well, for your sake, Jared, because you're heavy invested in it, I'll take a look at it. But I'm sure it's a piece of shit because it has 5 letters. HRVSF. It looks just the same as Square. Did it change? That'd be really funny if we're just perpetually seeing the same chart. HRVSF. It did change. All right, so same issues are going on here. The previous higher lows, which were right here, have been broken on this candle right here at 355. That was a signal to get out there, 355. If I was in the trade myself, I probably would have even taken profits up here and probably gotten out around here. So, what's preventing you from doing that? Why are you staying in it when it's going down? Why aren't you selling? This has got to be the biggest handicap that newbie traders go through. If it's going down, get out. And if it's going up, take your profits. And then you say, oh yeah, but my fear is if I get out, what if it goes up more? Then get in. Don't overcomplicate it. You got to work on that. Like I say, for your first year in day trading or trading, that's what you got to work on, is understanding how to get out. Don't be afraid to get out. You can get back in. It's commission free. It's free. You lose nothing. All right. Funny. It's funny. It's just funny. Boeing looks like it's about to break 260. Very bullish. Yes, that's an aerospace industrial. So that's an inflation play. Absolutely. You should be in Boeing, again, long term. We have a cup and handle breakout. Basically just a cup, a bowl, a U breakout, just a U-shaped breakout on Boeing, 246. I think it's going to be a lot of strength. Usually what you can expect from these baseline breakouts is another distance like this one. So this one went from here to here and then pulled back. And now you can expect it to go from there to about there, 325. I mean, Boeing, you plant some seeds, get some long-term options on it. It's an inflation play. You should probably hold it for the next forever, 40 years. Maybe you don't even want to get leaps on it, potentially, depending on your account size. If you can just put it in your savings portfolio, just drizzle a little Boeing in there, go for it. But if you do get the options, get more than a year. So get 2023 options, because you want to avoid the capital gains, short-term capital gains tax, and you want to hold it for more than a year. Is your mom's username Dagon with a yellow colored Discord name? No, that's you, isn't it? Oh, no, you're not Brandon. No, that's William, another one of my private students. No, that's not who my mom was. That's funny. That's William. He's another one of our private students. That's another one of our high-frequency day traders. He's getting into the high-frequency setup. No, I don't, Adam. I don't have a LLC class about that. That's a little bit beyond my scope. But get some financial advice, maybe from maybe even H&R Block could help you with that, probably cheaply or for free. Look at GE chart. Is it going to break possibly in after hours in the morning? It looks like a wedge to me. Okay, let's check it out. Yeah, NASDAQs. Yeah, of course. Well, it depends on what it is, but yeah, you don't want a dollar cost. That's called the what's it called? Not Monte Carlo. What's that called? In betting, when you double down and you keep doubling down as it goes down. It's a roulette technique. Why can't I think of it? Not Monte Carlo. It's another word like that, though. Let me see if I can look it up. Let's see how fast we can look up information. Double down. So Martingale. I already thought about it already. It's called the Martingale strategy. Martingale strategy, pretty dangerous. Be very careful about that. Doing that. Oh, okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, he's in it for the long haul. Oh, that's cool. Like I gave mom a lifetime membership. That's cool. Gambler's fallacy. Yeah. Watch out. Martingale strategy. Eventually, see, there's a risk thing called risk of ruin. Look that up as well. Learn about risk of ruin, martingale strategy. Maybe even combine the two. See if you can find some article about the two of those. Now, one day you'll just be dead broke one of these days if you continue to use the martingale strategy too much. Just be careful with it. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, cool. Well, that's 9 o'clock. That brings us to the end of looking at stocks. What I'll do now is I'll take a quick look to see if anything on the stock market chameleon is showing that it popped in after hours. Of course, we know AVO. So let's take a look. All right. Yeah, AVO is fifth on the list, but with 2.7 million in after hours volume. NVFY looks like it could have really popped. I don't know. I didn't even comment on GE, but GE looks, all right. NVFY, let's take a look at the after hours chart. What is the indicator that you have that runs through the candlesticks? Those are called moving averages. Can you dig it? On the Discord, send me a private message like right now or in a few minutes when we're done here. Okay? Ask me that question because I have a good answer. I have a useful answer for you. All right. So, for those of you who have been in my group for a while now, you know that this is an excellent sign. We have this bullish push from 2.4 all the way to 5, and then only about a 40% pullback that then pushed again, broke another high, pulled back about 50%. That's pretty good. And I'm pretty forgiving as the volume starts to decrease into the late after hour session. And even tomorrow, if it were to open lower, so long as it can continue to put in those kinds of stair step patterns, that is looking really good. Froz, yeah, that's what we're doing right now, man. Put your glasses on. Is GME still in play? We will see tomorrow. I mean, we're going to have to wait for a pattern, either pre-market or during the market or some kind of breakout momentum thing, but certainly it's unhinged and we wouldn't hold that one overnight right now. So we'll see tomorrow on that. SIEB with 2.5 million shares traded. Let's take a look at that. SIEB. Siebert Financial, also the same. Excellent. Really excellent. In fact, it had 3 pushes. Went from 4.4 to almost 7. Pulled back about 25%, I'd say. Pushed and broke high again. Pulled back about 80%. Not as good, however, then it did push higher and broke high and projected out even further. That's extra bullish and didn't retrace the 50% and held. I don't know what's wrong with that last little line there, but no big deal. You get the point. SIEB and NVFY looking real good for tomorrow. And then here we have one called RSI. I don't know why they have a plus sign on that. I don't know what that means. They're over on Stock Market Chameleon. RSI, went from 16.5 to 19 in after hours. Also good looking, but not as much volume. GOVX, not as much volume, but also popped in after hours. Oh, and look at that one, guys. Woo, just straight up, probably you're members of other groups or whatever, and then they look into like, oh my gosh, what's going on? What's pushing it? What's the news? And you guys are probably curious because like that's like the rat brain just telling you, I gotta know what the hell's going on here. But what do we do with these? We're gonna day trade these. These are momentum breakout stocks, and all we do with that is we trade patterns, and we just trade what we see. We don't need to get the news really in our way, So we don't even look at the news on these, but this one is probably the best of the bunch based on the way that moved right there. That was extremely bullish sentiment. GOVX. me pronounce it. AVEO. We saw that moving after hours from yesterday's pop. And so the cool thing about that is even though it happened because it happened at the end of the day today, mostly that move, not everyone has piled into it yet. It's still fresh meat. So tomorrow we can look for that one to maybe provide some real incredible trades as well. Maybe it goes to 40. We'll see. It's at 20 right now. There's that RSI again. Actually, had 266,000 shares traded. Okay. Then from there, we've dropped down to less than 10% gainers. So let's see in the morning. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in tonight. We absolutely killed it today. Another day, another dollar. No, even more than that. Thousands of dollars we did today. Yes, sir, Lewis. We tried every day. We trade live every day for members. Yes. Go ahead and grab yourself a VIP trial. You can do that. All right. Good night, Tawny. Good night, Camille. Yeah, that's right. NASDAQ, that's the way to go. I like you. All right, you guys, make sure you follow the links and follow me in my TikTok there. Yeah, so you can get into the group and live trade with us tomorrow. All right. See ya. Have a good night. Li Shi. All right. Yes. Get some sleep. Wake up early. Be prepared. Kill it. That's the plan. All right. Good night, DK. That's so funny. All right. We're going Persian style. Okay, Faraz. Right on. That sounds good. Let's do it. And Faraz, just private message me, okay? I wanted you to for another reason anyway. Forget why. Good night. Good night, Wid, Lishi, Kawain. Everybody, thank you very much. Bonus for referrals. I don't believe we have that set up, but I'm sure we can work something out.